So in this video, we're going to be talking about top 3 most tragic backstories from non-main characters. Yes, you heard me. So this will include all Straw Hats members. The list also not include movie characters, so no Grand Tesoro and etc. The way this list is constructed is based on 2 main perspectives. 1. Overall tragedy and loss, and 2. Impact on the character growth moving forward. With that being said, coming in at number 3, we got Senor Pink backstory. I understand why Oda said he doesn't like to write romance, but man, when he does, it's one of the best short and sad romances we have seen. For overall tragedy and loss, Senor Pink lives his life lying to his wife out of love and not wanting to lose her simply due to the fact that she hates pirates to death. Then losing his child due to the same lie, and upon his wife finding out about him, she ran away. Then caught in a landslide which caused her to fall into a vegetated state. Since then, he just wanted to see his wife smile one more time. The only way he could have done is by wearing a baby-themed costume, which looked similar to their past son. So in terms of impact on the character growth, now the man who once wore all expensive suits is now have the outward appearance of a baby-themed out-of-shape dude, using it as a coping mechanism to hide his tragedy of losing his wife and son. The only reason he came in last is due to the fact that, unlike other characters on this list, his tragedy mainly resulted from his own mistakes and things he sort of could have prevented. Moving on to number 2, we got Law. Man, Law had arguably one of the most heart-wrenching childhoods in the series. Born from a middle-class family with inspiration to become a doctor like his father. Pretty normal, right? Nope. Shit turned 180 as his tragedy began with the annihilation of his hometown by the government due to the amber lead poisoning. The crazy part is that the government overreacted and the disease is not even contagious. Not only did he lose everyone in his town, the way he survived was also very horrific. Law had to hide under the dead bodies to avoid being seen by the government, then cross the border to Dressrosa. And unlike Senor Pink, all his tragedy and loss is born out of his control and bestowed upon him. Knowing that he only had 3 years left to live, left traumatized with a vengeance, and his sole goal for his remaining 3 years was to kill as many people as possible, until he was given some hope by none other than Corazon. And just when he thought things were turning around with some spark of love and a father figure, it was turned shit again with the death of Corazon. Judging the impact on the character growth moving forward, it is quite significant. He's not back to where he was, but this time, his sole goal is to have a vengeance upon Doflamingo, and that's all he did and survived for. So far, his whole motive as a character is to avenge Doflamingo and now dealing with the consequences and having to fight Kaido. We have not seen or heard a particular personal goal from him like Straw Hat members. Okay, so before we reveal our number 1, here are some honorable mentions. We got Fisher Tiger, Caros, Baby 5, Doflamingo, and people from Wano. And the number 1 Guts Award of the One Piece goes to the one, the only, Bartolomeo Kuma. For those who are not caught up with One Piece manga, here's your final warning for the spoilers. And if you don't care, just enjoy the rest of the video. Kuma being a rare race in One Piece, he was enslaved as a kid. His parents were worked and killed to death by celestial dragons. But remember this legendary Zoro's nothing happened moment? Well, that's Kuma every weekend since he was 9, to take away people's pain and burden from his village. Now we're heading to the point of Guts type of tragedy, when his childhood friend / lover was by celestial dragon, then performed human experiments and died from sapphire scale disease. While leaving a kid, Kuma raised and left her as if she were his own. Upon learning that his daughter also carried the same disease, he sacrificed his soul and body to the government in exchange for this little girl cure. And as of this recording, the chapter is 1104, and we're expected to see more sadness and sorrow. Overall, tragedy and loss is up there with most main character from One Piece. The impact on his future is literally turning himself into an emotionless cyborg and returning back to being a slave for Bonnie. Well, did I miss out on anyone? Comment down below what you guys think, and I am